I've used this editor for so long using my left hand for my mouse. It took me a while to relearn this shit with my right hand. And oh boy, that took me a hot minute. And a nice feature of using your mouse left-handed is I had my right hand available to type all the numericals for brushes on the numpad. Oh man, it was awesome. It was nice and quick. I used to be essentially when I was using my left hand for my mouse, I was a lot quicker at building brushes. So I can't use the numpad anymore because I got to use my left hand to reach all the way across the numpad. It's very annoying. So now I use the standard numbers along the top of the keyboard. Alright, so let's see how we're doing in regard to my quote-unquote concept art so far. So we have that. Okay, and then we're going to add this shit in. The little sneak path. Oh, that's already there. My bad. So that's what this is. Okay. And then, yeah, that's looking pretty accurate to what I wanted. Okay. And then how big is the alien? So generally, this works. I just use him as my size comparison. Now let's throw one of the GameSpy aliens in here. That would be under pawn again. I don't know why I closed it. God damn. It's a lot of steps.
What?
Add our boy here. Oh, we increased his size. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. He's... Regular grays are pretty scrawny. Yeah, okay. Get going. Yeah, so these clips on the corners that I did, this is for benefit of everyone. It's easier for you to see around corners like that when the clip is in. And another thing, like, say you have path nodes along this corner. So the AI is kind of dumb, man. Like, they'll try and cut right, and if it's the hard corner there, they go literally like this. But I can make it a little better for them and curve them around the corner so it's less jarring when they turn. Alright. Good. And then an added benefit of having the corner of this room go off into the nether like this, I can make the room slightly bigger than 256, because a 256 sized room is pretty tiny. There's not a lot of room, because think about it like this. So the room itself empty, there's plenty of walk space, but I'm also going to be putting like shelves, cabinets, computers, because it's a security room. So that'll probably reduce it by like this, maybe like that on that side. So you're going to have like 128 walk space. So essentially something like this. That's pretty tiny. So we're going to increase the size of the room slightly on this end so that we have more play space. Get back on the grid. Thank you. And then I think 384 would be good. We won't make everything too large. And then leave some space for the window. And something else I want to do here. God, I hate this texture. I hate that it's a GameSpy texture too, because if it didn't have this stripe and this looked a little less like it was drawn in MS Paint, I'd like it. Because this green stripe, how this is, those are some cool colors, and the shine on it, I like that. But this trim up here, and this, I just don't like it. I've used it very sparingly thus far. That's kind of ugly too. These two right here are fucking dope though. And this is cool, but this is basically a vanilla texture with a green stripe on it. I might do it now. Well, push comes to shove. I think it's an airfield. I like this texture and this texture a lot for, like, it's the best way to describe it, like, employee only type of areas, or like security type areas. Because this one, I think this looks a little, oh no, I could, nah, I don't like that. That's got too fancy of a trim on it. We'll do this one. It's got that muted gray color to it. So something that I think about is keep it a muted color so that your eyes are drawn to like the computer screens. And what am I doing with this? How do I want to run this? Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. Okay, and then a trim thing here. Alright, yeah, I got this. I know what I'm doing. So this is, it's gonna be covered, but avoid this. See how it's two different surfaces? Lighting sucks in this game. So when I start putting lights in, you'll probably see this cut off in the texture pretty easily. But we're going to cover it with some detail brushing, so we're going to leave it as is for now. Like, this is kind of a portion of my aspect of designing. I'm pretty much quick and dirty throwing down this room, the basics of it, and then I'm going to go back and get all the really fine details done. Because when you get it all done like this, you have a very good idea of your end product, so it's easier for you to look at everything and decide, okay, yeah, so desk on that wall, mirror on that wall, Frozen Hell, poster on the other one, door here, door there. Sneaking stuff right here so that a player doesn't just barge in and get instantly murdered. That kind of stuff. That was 160, I believe. Yes, okay. Alright, so basic security room, done. We're gonna use this this door right here because we're keeping them along a simple motif so that we know, hey, that's a door I'm going in. And then something I'm gonna do, we're gonna add some fake doors. I'm gonna make them look a little different from these, so that when you first see one, you'll get the thought in your head, oh, okay, that's I know what that is. It's a fake door. Cool. But it is nice to see that it shows that there's more to this map than just the area built around me kind of thing. Ooh, and another thing that I like about this map, it's a space station. There's going to be very small likelihood of there ever being a swing door. Swing doors suck. I mean, I already said that, but it deserves being reiterated. Okay, and then we'll have the window. Probably this window. A lot of times I like to keep windows far from corners, so that it looks like it has more structural integrity and the solid wall is there, and then the window starts. Probably for here, because everything's all metal. Probably gonna have the window go all the way to the edges, because it's like a security window, and it's supposed to be designed that they can see as much as they can from the office kind of thing. Rebuilding the door. Neato. Yeah, okay. And... So what I'm thinking about right now, trying to think of using like allotted integrity, because these maps can kind of get kind of squirrely. So I'm thinking about putting like octagon type windows here, but then I'm also remembering this map is going to get pretty goddamn big, so we might just do basic rectangle windows, understanding that we're going to have a lot of stuff added after this. So... What is that? 192 probably? No, a little bigger. Okay, yeah. So there's a little overhang there. That's fine. We're gonna address that in a second. Okay, so how tall? Okay, 48. I'm good with want that a little higher. Yeah. Yeah, that'll do. Okay. Okay, and then I want to do the subtract. So, there's going to be a little... Yeah, see how I subtracted that and then it's connected to this space for the door? That's fine, because what I'm doing right now is I'm making an opening for me to then add the frame. Clip these off. Boom. Clip that off. Done. And that's setting up for a little bit of cheating. So once I have those subtracted, I can then come back with this. Oop, a little bigger. And then that next part I can just intersect the part that I'm taking out. And just subtract it, done, easy. So that window, its basic design is set up. And then this one is going to be real easy, it's just a rectangle. It's a little too small. How big is this? Okay, so this is... Oh, okay, that's 64. Alright, so I'll do this. Bring it this way, and now those corners are going to be equal. And that's fine, because what we're doing on the other side of this window, to hide these two surfaces coming next to each other, we're going to put little decor type brushes here, kind of like a frame. And then same with right here. Okay, so basics are in. Cool. And then over here, we talked about doing a window as well. And this, I'm cool with this being, like, big. Wait, what did I just do? No, that's wrong. Alright, alien height. Okay, his head. So we want this to be a little... Yes, that works right there. Because I think for these dudes, I think it kind of... Because they crouch down a little bit when they spit at you. So that I think it fires out from, like, right here-ish. So we want to make sure that they have a lot of room. And then how this texture repeats, I kind of want it to match up with this. So we're going to do that. And then... Let's also make this do this. Alright. And then I want to put a little, what do you call it? Like a shelf, I guess, under here. I don't want the player to be able to jump in right here, though. Okay, this might turn into just a window. But I'll allow the NPCs to be able to see you through it. Yeah, let's just make this a window. It'll look nicer. And it'll still have the basics of you kind of being punished for rushing a little bit. Clip this. Clip that. Yeah, that was, I have a wireless headset, and I was charging it, and I had to get up for a second, so it chimed when I disconnected it. Alrighty. You know what? Oh my god. Oh my god. That was loud as fuck. Never mind. I forgot that the default settings for sounds in the editor are pretty much loud as fuck. So now that everyone's awake. Okay, so we have that window set up to go. You know what? I might... Yeah, I'm gonna, we're gonna space age this window a little bit. Clip this a bit. There we go. UNATCO vibes. I've been considering... God, this is all stuff that people would probably never even bother to look at. But you see how on this wall texture, this indent in the metal kind of hard terminates? Because it's supposed to be a repeating texture. I don't like that. I wish I had... Well... Do I want to do that? I could scale it to where the termination point is right here. Is that worth it? Okay. This is all looking good. What scale is this? Is this 0.25? Yes. Okay. God, just scaling that texture down made this room scale make much more sense. Like, it looked weird with the divots in the rubber being that huge. Alright, yeah, I'm happy with this to replace this room. We can still do the GameSpy sign, but I have a nicer sign that I will use. And Battery Park is I just realized that music's that's a heavy hitting ambient. I like UNATCO and Vandenberg for like good background music. Yeah, I know. It's if this is okay, it is. So since this is still a 1.0 scale on this wall, I'll probably do it. And then this, you gotta kind of just walk it out to get it scaled properly. And just eyeball that bitch. Like, 1.08, that seems to be the happy spot. Oh, nope. Alright, yeah, see? Like, here it is side by side. That just looks... Oh, I gotta scale that back. Okay, 1.8. See that? I think that looks nicer. That's something that no one else in the world is gonna notice this besides me and Numbtooth now. But it's worth it. Alright, so now that we have them all selected, we're just going to do it en masse now. Align it to the wall so that it's all the same exact setup for it. Push it back to 1. That's good. Done and done. Okay, so these are all good. I gotta... The slants up there, I gotta do that separately, because it's a completely different scale. Okay, one. Ugh, you bitch. Oh, no, actually, we're fixing that. That shouldn't be that way. There she blows. Okay. Good. And now the slanted ones. Here, you'll see. So I had to manually... See how it's a little tiny bit shorter? Because that... So that's... Slanted walls in this game are iffy. They, the scale of it gets kind of off. So we'll first set up... Did I grab the other side? No, okay. Do it all at once, this meticulous bullshit. Align it to the wall so that it reflects all the changes correctly. Okay. Then hit it. Okay. And then just walk it in. There we go. Alrighty. I can stop throwing a fit now that it's fixed. Okay. Oh, shit. Bruh. Yeah, that's looking good. That looks pretty damn good. And is there any way to what the fuck would you call it? Pink mask out the carrying handle? Or would it have a hole in the model essentially? Man. Can you try it just to humor me? Yeah, that looks sick though. That's like exactly how I wanted it to look. Cause I mean it's supposed to look cheesy. Like that looks goofy with the GameSpy icon right there. But I want it to, because that's I'd call GameSpy a muted version of the Audacity of World Corp. So I mean, making all their shit green instead of gold and putting the big ass icon on the assault gun mag. I feel like that's something they do, you know? Okay, what was I doing? Oh yeah, going back to this. Alrighty, next up, So yeah, that's pretty much the basic, I mean, of this room. So now we'll move on to this part. Oh, like make it an NPC only gun? I mean, yeah. I mean, we could do that. My idea was at least give them the option. It would be kind of cool to allow them to have it. And then the next part of the mechanic is so ammo crates in multiplayer. You run up to them and right-click them to get ammo. I was thinking about having throughout the maps of like the same concept but limited. So you could run up and refill the ammo of the laser gun like two times maybe. That way it's cool to be able to use a new gun. Yeah, I'll see you. And that way it's there if you want it, because it's cool to give the player stuff. But I mean, if someone's running rifles, they'll come to this map with their fully kitted out assault rifle, so they're obviously not going to want to use it, but it would be there just for someone to say, oh cool, a new thing. The carry handle here, I'll pull it up again and show you. So this goofy So where my subtract magnifying glass is right now, this dark gray part on top of the green panel you added, just straight up removing that. Yeah, the carry handle of it, just remove that bitch. And I was thinking, and I understand, neither of us could probably do this. Put like a little energy strip where the carry handle was, and make it blue like the laser beams. Because I like that it's blue. I like that it's two cool colors of green, and then the actual laser beam would be blue. Especially because the EMP laser is red. This would be neat to have it be blue. And like that there. Oh, and so this part, right above where the index finger is, that's supposed to be, because it's a mirrored texture, that's supposed to be the ejection port for the rifle. That's where all the 7.62 casings would pop out. Kind of wanted to have that removed as well. And then the barrel, so all these little fancy details on it, that's supposed to be the muzzle brake that pushes the gas down, or up, so that the recoil isn't as bad. Since it's a laser, that would be smooth. I know I'm sorry that I'm throwing a lot at you. I know this is you doing the best you can. I'm sorry. I just kind of got carried away. Okay, so we're gonna add this in. This is that little hidden part that you can get into I was talking about. That can be... Yeah, let's just make it the size of this brush. 160, 160. And since this is a sneaking spot, I don't want... I want to break it up a little bit, but I don't want the player to have to jump. Because that's something that always tilts me about sneaking. Like, you gotta jump up, and when you jump, your land sound, even when you crouch, is audible. So I want them to be able to just straight up walk into here. And then we're going to find something... This will work. That looks like it's not the same textures as the outside section. And then what's the scale here? Yeah, 0.5. Okay. So that would be probably that. Nope. 60. Oh, duh. Hold on. Yeah, duh. Okay. And then just gotta make sure that all looks good. Okay, it looks good there. These walls look like Garbo, though. Nope. Kind of want this to be even. Oh, okay. There we go. Yeah, that looks nice. And then... Aw, man. I could have left that. Duh, because I'm going to put an ad right here. Okay. So these three surfaces, we need to rescale again. Done. Okay, now. Another tool that is superb. This, do this, and do this. Also, for everybody that's just might be just keeping this in the background right now. So I'm gonna shut down at 6. So if we want to do any kind of like dev Q&A stuff, Anything you want to ask about or anything like that, fire it up now. While I'm working on this stuff, because I could do all this stuff in the... It's probably patched in, yeah. I mean, like, even in UED 1, it had to be, like, put in by someone after the fact, you know? Because, where are they? Oh, there's probably none in here, but the .uc files, I think they were called. Those are the basic Unreal files that were used. So that had to be even set up back in the day. It was probably the same thing for this as well. Alright, that's good. Like, some of that was a pain in the ass back in the day when it was only Unreal Ed 1, is you always had to change the file name to be DX for it to work from the original Unreal file. I think UED 2 always does it by default, just for simplicity's sake. Yeah, UNR, that's it, yeah. That'll work. And then this is gonna be different. Oh, yeah, because of the picture thing. I'm cool with that. And then we're going to put some sci-fi bullshit in there. Why can't it be taken out in first person? Oh, so it has that issue that I thought it would have where it would leave like a hole in the top of the model. And see, this is why I wish Bowie was still here. Like, remember the flame bots in Old Server Complex? How they had the napalm canisters and the tubes added? Like, that was done just because we were talking in chat how it would be cool if you could tell they were flame bots. And Bowie was like, oh, okay, I got that. And he just freaking made a new model. Like... It would be nice if he could just remove the carry handle from the 3D model, because that was like one of the like important parts of adding that in. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Just make it work for third person, and we'll make it a weapon that they can't pick up. It sucks, but I'd rather it be in some capacity. And then we can go from there. So make it an NPC-only gun, basically. Alright, sci-fi shit. Yes. Okay. Let's find a sci-fi texture. And I'm more so just looking for something metal-ish, because I'm going to put some doodads on this. No, definitely not anything in there. I use these a lot. These are good little flat textures. Speaking of, I think I'll do this. Cut this shit up a bit. And then we're gonna put some energy type stuff on here, so it looks like it's kind of like a energy transfer conduit, and it also doubles as a light source. That's too small. Do this. Oh, I like that. Okay. New plan. Yeah, that looks dope. Okay. Gotta shrink it a little though. Oh, I know what I'll do. Put this here. Knock it that way. Alright, now we'll adjust. There. That looks nice. Yeehaw. And then these corners we will... How do I want this to look? Do I want to do this? Yeah, that kind of looks cool. Yeah, there we go. I like that. Yeah, that looks good all around. Oh, what do you mean a railgun? Like it just goes through shit when it's shooting? Like can hit multiple targets or whatnot? And then this, so I'm gonna copy this, right? So normally, this is for surfaces, right? That way I can make the texture wrap around what I'm working on. For this, since it's gonna be something that's duplicated and kind of intricate as is, we're gonna cut down on the surfaces by just making it one flat surface for the rail, or rail. For the little window thingy I'm gonna be making. So that was good. Yeah, maybe a little smaller on the outside. No, 16. Yes, that's what I want. Okay. So we're gonna put that there. Use this texture. That'll be fixed in a second. Stand by. I think I wanted one. Yes, that works. No, 142. Boom. Okay, and then what will be a good color in here? I hate using these for anything BSP related. This would be good. This is the Dragon's Tooth sword texture. I'm not gonna, because that would be loud as shit for you guys probably. Yeah, that'll do. Bust that in there. Because now, see, we're gonna have these here, and I'm not gonna have to put a like source light back here. Goes here, and then we're gonna be able to put some blue hue back here. Copy this a couple times because I want it to. Oh, what the hell is that? Oh, I want you to be able to hide behind this shit, right? Oh, I see what I did. It just kind of moved it. Duplicate. And duplicate. And since Unreal does not support surface lighting, because Garbo, we got to add some entity lights here real quick. God damn it, stop it. Stop doing that. Oof. I won't hit enter again. I'll just bypass it. Okay. Let's see how that looks. What's up? So that looks kind of muddy, right? That's because these surfaces aren't unlit. It'll look better once that's lighting is built in. Done. Let's turn off pathing. Done. So it just looks nicer unlit like that. And then on the back side of this thing, we're gonna put that in there as well because it's, remember we duplicated it onto this side. And done. So something I did here is there's going to be a lot of bright light back here. Kind of sucks for hiding, obviously, because the NPCs use light to be able to see you. Like in that pitch blackness, they won't be able to see you unless you're making noise. So that's why this barrier is so large in regard to length at the entrance here. Because if you're gonna hide, you just sit tight right here and you'll be blocked from view. So the light is there so that you see what you're doing, but the BSP will block their searches. Alright, so let's take an overview of what we have so far on my crayon art. Oh, that's kind of a happy accident. So I drew this up to be down here more, but I actually like it more being centralized up against the door. And then you'll turn around and go through a door right here. So I actually like that more. This is open. Delete these guys since we're done with size comparison. Alright. So that's looking good. Got the windows. Alright, so yeah, now this is pretty much set up. So from here we'll just start working on the detail brushing of the room. I'm going to put this door here because this is kind of an important part of the room. So I want to be able to have this visualized while we're making the... Is that center? I think that's center. Oh, it is not. Oh, I see. Okay. So it is center, it's just this that's throwing it off. Okay. So we'll just move this. That's fine. Since that has a different slant from the larger section, it's okay to not be perfectly on grid with everything else in the room. Yeah, so that's cool. I mean, doesn't change it much at all. Yeah, that's fine. And then we have the door re-centralized within the walls. Perfect. Because those are slide doors, right? So they need space to go in. So we're not going to have anything fancy like windows or anything along the sides of the window, so or door. Alrighty. So what should we do next? Okay. Oh yeah, that GameSpy sign. How tall is this room? Alright, I'm gonna swipe something from another map. Yes, save. These are all my prefabs, so I don't mind stealing them. Where the fuck is it? I think I have a number. There it is. So this is a little bit of a nicer looking sign. We're gonna swipe this bitch. Along with its okay. So something if you're using the editor that was created for this, be mindful of something that might happen. So I'm gonna paste this in right now. Something that you should do just to be on the safe side is check what you just brought in. So it looks good. Ooh, that's kind of okay. I want to keep this, so we'll modify the rest of the area a little bit, but just do a quick check like this, delete it, and see how everything disappeared, because UED 2 has this real nasty habit of creating duplicate brush errors. So let's say, because I think, let that get done, and then I'll show you what I mean. So if you check the brush properties and go to object, see how it's brush 66? That's the 66th brush in the world. Now, if there's already a 66th brush somewhere, Actually, we might have fucked it up. Ooh, that's caps locked. '61, '62. Oh, okay. Yeah. So we found out that that was brush 66, so we double checked brush 66, and there's no secondary brush 66, so thank fuck. Because that can get real nasty. Now, what we're gonna do... Just thinking... Okay. Ugh. I'm not gonna like how that's gonna look. Well, it might be okay. Okay. But what I want to do here is, okay, just a little bit bigger. Yeah, 448, that'll do it. So see how there's going to be even equidistant space between each corner and wall on either side, except for right here. That anomaly is fine though. We're going to bring this up into the ceiling. And here's what I was talking about by making that ceiling a flat texture. It what's the word? I'm going to put the detail where I want it rather than it having the square texture along the ceiling and it getting broken up by these weird cuts and angles. Oh, I just realized something else I'm gonna do with this. Okay. So we're gonna shrink this stuff so that it can fit in this brush that I'm working on. So just to last so that I can see the vertexes. And we'll start with this guy. So we're gonna, hopefully this will work. Yes, it's working. This is a bit of a finicky tool. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Okay, fit that one in. And then same deal with this. Shrink it down a bit. And something cool that happens with this is the texture scales along with the brush shrink. So then we're going to move this here so that it aligns with that. And then we are going to do the subtract, but we're going to also add a little bit of room for a frame for this. That's that. We just need a texture on there, so we're just going to use the same one for right now. And then since Ice just subtracted that, we then got to add these brushes into the end for the order. Rebuild it in, and you'll see how this texture will still fit on these. See? Done. And then we're going to take this, and we are still going to use these, but in a different method. We're going to put them back next to the sign. Oh, that's still too low even. Okay. Bring it up. Bring it up. Alrighty. And then can I just straight up cut these? No. So here's something to also be mindful of. So I was going to originally just cut this right off because I'm going to put another brush up here. Since that is a awkward slant that doesn't go along the grid where I want to cut it, I got to remake that, because if I try and cut it, it'll probably make a BSP error. that. Build it in again. And the reason I'm building so much is this is some pretty intricate work that I want to make sure to get right and not muddy up. Use my handy dandy frame tool again. Oh, 464, that's right. Oh, what was that? 208, I think? Yeah. Alright, then we're gonna grab that. Oh man, I love this texture. I don't know what this shit is from. Because a lot of these custom textures, they were freely available textures back in the day. And were brought in for use for us. So whoever made this texture is a goddamn genius, because it's a very prim and proper, like, frame texture. Perfecto. And then, like I said, we got to redo this this frame here. Yeah, that's good. So it's gonna be low, but that's another good thing about this type of map. Things like being really close in clearance height for a person and such wouldn't be too out of place because it's the space station. Alright, we gotta just increase that size a little bit. That'll work. So when I use a prefab like this, I still like to add in some subtle differences. Like in the original map, this frame is pretty thick. Ooh. So in this map, it's shorter width-wise, and then these frames are going to be a little bit smaller. It'll just look nice. Bring it up. There we go, that'll look nice. Rebuild so we can see the product of our work again. This is a piece of crap. There it goes. Noise. And then for the final test, size-wise, I'll add another dude beneath it so we can get a proper indication of how big the player will be here. Look at that, plenty of headroom. You can even jump under that thing. So it looks huge when you're working on it. And boom. So that's a pretty flat texture. But we'll add some detail up here with something probably like this. This texture is cool. It's just very like sci-fi-ish. Looks like there's just some exposed like circuitry and such up there. Just find a good spot for the pan. There we go, that's a good spot. Oh yeah, the lights. Might want to move the lights along with it. Oh, that's bright as fuck. Let's see how that looks after a rebuild. If it's that bright, I'm gonna mute it a little bit. Yeah, that's a little much for me, partner. Okay, 64. Yeah, let's reduce the radius a little bit too. Yeah, sorry. So, just in case you forgot where we were, there's the sign. And that was the original. So it's not unlit there, but that's like clearly a TV screen, you know? Blue and green again. Looking good. Alright, I'm happy with that. So, all this took us probably like about like what, an hour or so? Hour and a half maybe to get all this set up the way we liked it. So that's pretty much how it goes from day to day when I'm working on a map like this. All the considerations that I took, I tried to verbalize everything so you guys can see how the design process goes. Yeah, for what? I don't know. Alright, but I think I'm gonna put this on pause for right now. Went a little bit over, but that's fine. Wanted to finish up that sign. You guys are probably gonna hear the windows sound again. I don't know why, man. It just does that every time. Whenever you close down UED2. It sounds like something is crashing literally every time. Don't know why. Never could understand why. So, yeah, I think next time, I'd like to stick with this format. I mean, I've come to terms with the fact that it's just going to be us and the regulars on the Discord that are interested in this shit. We're probably going to hover right around 12 people every time. And I know some of those are bots. It's sad, but it is what it is. So I think I'll do short ones like this during the week. Huh? Yeah, people that just popped in and then disappeared. We'll do the development aspect in regard to direct development of 2.0, like using UED and concepting out things and whatnot. We'll do that on the weekdays like this, but we'll go for the playthrough on the weekends when I stream. And that's because I have that rotating schedule of I'm on 1 week, off the next week, like I'm working this weekend. So that's why I can't do it like every Saturday, essentially. So to keep things a little regular, do one during the week like this, a shorter one, and then we'll go from there. So I'm probably gonna have 2 playlists on the YouTube channel. One is going to be the actual playthrough that's going to be updated with the previous stream soon, and then I'll also have like I think it's the trailers, the gameplay, and I'll make another playlist, the development, and throw these in there, and then that'll be fun. So just to have everything archived and have a good spot to look back on for all this. So appreciate y'all coming. We'll do it again next weekend as well. So have a good one. See ya.